to the Glow After Show. I'm your host, Little Egypt, and we're going to be joined by two very, very special guests. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
She went out hunting for game, and she trapped a slot machine.
Oh, that's awesome.
So do you guys know the words?
No.
I think we still do.
We do. Listen to that.
We had to dance to it like we were all cool.
Somebody told me, you don't know, you have no rhythm, Hollywood.
Oh.
Oh, like I was just, it was more rock and roll. I was insulted by that.
Wrestling. Oh, the champions in the ring. We come from the street. We come from the city. We come from a world where there is no pity. Oh, yeah, they're showing it.
I know that girl.
Bam, bam, it's a wrestling jam. Come on, ladies, give us a hand.
It's a big battle. Oh, whoa.
In the ring.
They changed it up.
Oh, really?
It's a battle in the
no.
ring.
It's like,
We're
wait,
gonna
what?
have
There.
fun and do our. Oh, look at you,
Okay.
Hollywood, with
Look
that
at
little
that hair.
80s ponytail.
And one earring.
Oh, man. Welcome finally to Glow Netflix. It's been a long time in the making, and it's something that you Hollywood and I have been watching for a long time.
Yep.
I am your host, Little Egypt, and I am flanked by the most beautiful of all women, Kia Stevens.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah, and what I get, a lot of people will see Kia on Glow Netflix and they'll just think, wow, she's really charismatic. Wow, she's really talented. But what you didn't know is this is a TNA superstar as Awesome Kong, that she went on to the WWE Hello Top of the Game as Karma.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And now here she is as a Glow Girl.
Yes,
You're a
finally.
Glow Girl. Wow.
Finally.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Mean Queen K, and on Instagram, Spinning Fist.
Perfect.
Oh,
like
those
it.
are fun titles. I like those.
Right?
Let's meet the rest of our cast.
Hi, I'm Bill Hanstock. You can find me on Twitter at Sunday Motel. Check out my stuff at uprocks.com.
Hi, guys. My name is Candace Cruz, and you can find me on all of my social media at Candace R. Cruz.
And I'm the Asian sensation. You can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RICKHONG.
And I am Hollywood. You can find me at Glow Hollywood, and my Instagram is official Glow Hollywood.
Yay! Oh my gosh.
We're all
So Glow came out with a series on Netflix, and one of the reasons why I signed up to do this after show is because I'm familiar with the series.
Just
Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes.
And I just thought it would be really cool to try and give some insight, not just to like what we're watching in episodes 1 and 2, but maybe, you know, how accurate it was and how fun it is to watch these new girls experience what it was that we've experienced. And that's been something that's been going on in my mind for a really long time, Kia. And that is, you know, what's it like to see an actress take a bump?
Yes.
You know? What's
Yes.
that? That had to be
Not a
fun
stunt
for you,
person.
right?
It was very fun because it was like the birth of a wrestler.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's perfect. I like the way that
Yeah.
analogy.
Now, there was, I can't remember what girl told me, but I think I was reading an article actually where they mentioned how supportive you were in their training. Now, Chavo Guerrero was the trainer, and back in the day, we had his
Mondo.
uncle, Mondo Guerrero, as our
man.
trainer.
Big wrestling family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, legacy.
Mondo
without a
is
doubt.
awesome.
Yes.
Ugh.
And so to have Chavo come in and do the exact same thing with a whole new cast of green, I mean,
New
just
generation.
plucked, right? Yeah, new
A
generation.
new generation.
Had to be so fun to watch. So the girls were saying how helpful you were with actually holding them up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
being able to like land them cleanly and yeah. So what was that like for you?
Gosh, it was just really exciting because these women didn't really know the ins and out of the backstage of wrestling.
Yeah.
And so to be able to help mold their impression and their education on wrestling was just precious. And to
Yeah.
see them go from being very timid of taking like
Yeah.
a bump or whatnot to getting over that hump and saying, oh, okay, so I fell and I didn't die, so
Right.
okay,
Right.
let's go.
Right.
And to push them through that was very, very precious.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
What's interesting is that your role in real life is sort of what the character Cherry is doing
Yes.
Yeah.
for the girls. So was that a weird sort of thing to experience, sort of like you doing that in real life and then seeing a character who had this role written where she's doing that for the girls too?
Well, I think it was just the overall magic and greatness of Glow, because there's so many things in there like that I can identify with, or I know somebody who can identify with a storyline or situation that's happened in our season, because it's so very they got it down, man. They really did their research and they got it down.
What I had a big question. Little Egypt was asking you what it's like to see actresses take bumps. But one of the biggest laughs I had when we were at the premiere the other night was, you have been doing wrestling for so long. How long did it take you to make your front roll look like crap?
It took a couple tries because
right. Yeah,
you remember, Salty, he does, like the 3/4 front roll.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And so I was like, yeah, okay, so I'll do the 3/4 front roll. And Jesse, my would-be, because he was my first, I call him my would-be because he was my first director. He's like, can you do it kind of like in the preschool and kind of, And so I do just a regular front roll, and I'm like, yeah. And then that was fantastic, right? And it's like, yes, that was great, but we needed for a little bit. And then they used the one where I actually like stumbled, like for real, and that's the one they used. And I was like, oh, that's perfect.
That's the only way that they can get you to make you look bad
Right.
in the ring.
But I thought I was like, that was sloppy, right? That was great. That was great. And they're like, no, it was really good, actually. We needed
Opposite. How long did the other girls train? Because I mean, majority of your cast kind of came in not knowing anything. You were obviously helping them. How long did you guys prepare to go into shooting?
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay.
not a
That's
lot.
right. That's
It's
right.
Not a lot of
I
time.
love that.
But
I love
mean,
that.
Wow. Every day?
Every day.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Monday through Friday, every day, and hours and hours a day,
Aye.
and paced out so that it was mostly, of course, learning your bumps, because
Yeah.
that's the foundation
thing.
of wrestling, and then what they were actually going to do in the episode.
Right.
How did the role come to you? Was it already kind of written for you, and there's like, we want to just kind of bring you in and just kind of have you play around, or was it like your agent calls you up and you're like, well, you have to audition?
Well, a little bit of both. Like Brian Wittenstein, who I knew back in TNA, called me up and said, Kia, there's this script about, Glow and Gigi Cohan's attached. And I was like, okay, deal.
Yeah.
And so I was in Florida at the time, and I actually auditioned for Cherry. And I didn't get that, but they said, we really liked your tape. Will you read for something else?
Yes.
And so I read for Tam-A. And it was so funny because half of my audition tape was like in my house, and half of it was in like the Tokyo airport, because I was on my way to Aja's 30th anniversary. And so I'm like saying the words and rapping, and all you hear is like Mama Nakuwa, and I'm like, shh, I'm gonna get this done. But sent it in, and a few weeks later, Tam-A.
That's
wow.
Amazing.
awesome.
Do you know, it
Good
was
voice.
very, very coveted, these roles within our industry, and no one got them except for, I keep calling you Awesome, because that's how when I
Yeah.
introduced her, I was like, awesome. Kia. When we met Kia, Hollywood and I met Kia, we were at a
CIC in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and it's
Cauliflower
down.
Alley Club.
You were getting an
Exactly.
award.
Yes.
Future Legend,
Yes.
right? Was that
No,
your
it wasn't
the year?
Future Legend. It was Woman Wrestler of the Year.
Yes.
I believe, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I wanted to meet Kia, I was
I
like,
know.
oh my God, someone introduced me to this amazing, charismatic woman. I'm like, I gotta get a picture with her. And when I went over to talk to you, you were so cute, because it was Melissa, actually. She
Yes.
goes, this is my friend Little Egypt. She used to to be with Glow, and you're like, oh my God, Glow, Hollywood was my favorite.
Yes.
Oh my God, and that's
sweet.
exactly why I was so
Bless
excited
her
that
heart.
you came
I am
onto the
sitting
show
here
today.
like marking out because she's so cool, and I'm like, you have no idea how many times
Look,
I
I
have
have
like obsessed over
goosebumps.
you, shaking my fist at the TV because I was just so indignant at
Wow.
your meanness, and I loved to hate you when I was a little kid, and it's just so awesome to be here.
That's great.
Oh,
Isn't
look
that
at
awesome?
chills.
I got chills too. Oh my God.
Full circle.
Oh my God.
That's
it is
beautiful.
awesome.
Thank you.
And
Glad
so,
to meet you.
yeah, really. Isn't it neat that we're sitting here now
See,
actually
yes.
in a studio
Yes.
talking about Glow, and she's a Glow girl now.
Yes.
You were watching Glow,
Yes.
and now you are officially a Glow girl.
Yes,
I think
love
it's
that.
beautiful.
I asked Santa to make me a glow girl.
Santa did good.
And it took him a while. It took him a while. Santa
It's
got
okay.
jokes. Santa got mad jokes, y'all. But he came through.
It's worth the wait, right?
I asked
it
Santa
was
for a
worth the wait.
horse. Never got a horse.
How old were you when you were watching Glow?
I was 8 years old.
Did
8
you
going on 9.
now? Did you have family members that were watching?
Yes, I had my brother who used to torture me every
Did
Saturday.
he
Watching
do that?
Glow.
Yes.
Older,
'Cause
younger?
He was younger. He 3 years younger,
Right.
and then he was the baby, so
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to. Don't touch my baby, my mom, you know.
Yeah.
And he would get me because he loved all wrestling,
Right.
and he watched WWF, of course.
Sure.
And he would get me. He loved the Iron Sheik, and he would get me in the
Camel
camel
clutch.
clutch.
I love it.
Every Saturday, and I would be there until my mom like came in. And was you said not to hit him, and I don't know what to do. Can you get him off of me? He's in dirty underoos. I don't know. And so
That's cute.
eventually we started watching together.
That's
and
cute.
Yeah.
He doesn't mess with you now, right?
No. No. Full on
Yeah.
respect my brother has.
Good boy.
Knows his place.
Good boy.
Well, that leads me to introduce Jeannie, who I know as Hollywood, and I've always known Jeannie as Hollywood. What most people don't know about Hollywood is she was there in the LA training in Los Angeles, came over with that crew to Las Vegas, and
Yes.
I think you were the only one that went from, because Fiji, where was Fiji
Fiji
picked up?
came in after. She didn't do pilot.
After the pilot. So
Right.
you were the only pilot girl that lasted
wow.
4
That
seasons,
lasted
right?
all through.
That's
the,
pretty incredible.
Yeah, and it was our training Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 7 to 10, paid wrestling. And I'm doing a regular job. So here I am making money both ways. I'm coming into work sore. Like you said, learning those, the front falls, the back falls, back drops, or, oh my goodness, I'll never forget. And Melrose does something in there where they have her land on her back, and she walks into it to try to land. And I laughed so hard because that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're so afraid
Yeah.
to do it. And
Yeah.
I cracked up. She was like, I can do it. One more time. Give me one more chance. It's
Yeah.
great.
Well, now let's talk about that, because we were introducing the characters,
Right.
and one of them is loosely based, loosely based on what appears to be a Hollywood type
Or MTV
character.
character. I see lots of similar characters all
Yeah.
wrapped into like
Yeah.
one, maybe
Yeah.
3 into one.
Yeah.
But Melrose is awesome, and her hair on the side like that crimped a little bit.
yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
when Mark says to her, "You in the lingerie, wearing something about wearing
Innerwear for
Yeah,
outerwear.
just funny lines."
Yeah, the
Really
writing's
good.
amazing.
So the
Guys, how
writers,
hilarious is Mark Maron on this show?
he's great.
He's
I
awesome.
mean,
man.
gosh, he's like this jerk that you just love because he's so
Right.
weirdly, oddly lovable.
Right.
And so, I bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Yep.
It was great.
The
And that mustache, that porn
Right?
stash.
Oh my
Filled
gosh.
mustache.
Is what they
Mustache.
said. It's like porn stash.
Oh my gosh. He was Sam. He transformed into Sam. I didn't see Mark at all when
I
I
love
watched
it.
it this weekend. I saw Sam Sylvia.
His whole delivery, every time he's talking to like Allison Breeze, it's like, I don't know, like you're ugly, but then maybe you're pretty. Like it's like the back and forth. I was dying.
And he goes, and you got brown hair. And I'm like, well, what's wrong with brown hair?
The color of
The
crap.
color of crap. Poor girl.
One thing that is so great about this show, I mean, the show is just fantastic, top to bottom, every aspect of it
Yes.
is so good. But I love that every single actor, every single character gets significant stuff to do.
yes.
They
Yeah.
give attention to everybody. They make sure that everybody is a fully formed character.
And that's fair.
Both as a real person and as a gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
they take so much time and they do everything so right. And I have been blown away by the critical and fan response and acclaim for the show. And I'm just so happy that Glow is finally getting all of the respect and love that it's always
Exactly.
deserved.
It's paying
Amen to
tribute
that.
Yeah.
Amen
to
to
our
that.
legacy.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I didn't think that I would be sitting here 30 years later doing this and having, I mean, it's exciting.
Hey, you didn't think? I didn't think I'd be talking to like Glow wrestlers and like the national show either. So I mean, this is a treat.
Wearing a pink headband, looking awful smart.
Kudos to the writers. You guys
Yes.
did
Oh, yes.
a fabulous job. I love when there's humor in anything.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, so drama, something funny. I caught myself just laughing out loud. I'd be like, ha! I did, and I just kudos to them. They did a beautiful job.
They did.
I think they really
yeah.
transformed everything. Like I felt like I was in the '80s again when I was watching it.
Yes.
I loved that it was so
The songs,
authentic.
the music,
outfits, all of
everybody.
it.
Oh, the soundtrack has been outstanding.
The
That probably
sets
cost them a
coming into
fortune.
the sets, it was like
That sleazy Jim.
which was built from the ground. You know, that's in the sound studio. We didn't go on location
Unbelievable.
for that. They built
not.
that.
Ours was in
and it
Watts,
was
you guys.
very. Everything was just so all the detail. Like Sam's office is like it built from the ground up. And
It
was
looks
just
good.
awesome. Yeah.
It looked great.
Where did they build that gym? Was that in the Valley?
Yes. Well, actually, like Glendale-ish.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Where you guys were at.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. You filmed
Yeah.
like 3 blocks from my house.
Yeah. Like Riverfront Studios. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been there for one of those rock shows. That metal show. Oh, see, I love my metal. That metal show was there as well.
So
Yeah.
we've watched 2 episodes. The
Yes.
first one's called The Pilot, so
Yep.
super simple, and you can't mess that one up. And then the second one, Slouch and Submit.
Yes.
But in the pilot, this is where 'cause everything was kept. Gosh, it was just under such tight wrap. All I knew was that there was this beautiful girl named Allison Brie who was going to play the lead, named Ruth, and I
Right.
didn't know I was going to hate her so much in the beginning. I was like, this right. Girl
The-
crazy.
She was a
No, because the marketing makes it look like
Yeah.
she's
Apple
the good
pie.
girl,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
it makes it look like Betty Gilpin
Is the bad
is
girl.
the bad girl. That's what the
Yeah.
marketing
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
So, but the way you describe the pilot
But
is exactly
hints.
spot on.
Yeah.
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 I was looking at her going, that's apple pie, that's American,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
And the other
Yeah.
girl as a heel, and you know me, they made me a heel. People are like, you're a heel? And I'm like, well, yeah, do I look baby or heel, you guys? I don't know.
Tweener.
There you go. Yeah, but
Yeah.
But then you see her being a bad girl. My mother is watching it. My mom goes, well, did she know she knew she was having sex with her husband? And so there's my
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
I go, so I said to my mom today, I said, see, Mom, I go, that's why she's the bad girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why she's the hell.
That's
I
why
almost
she's the
felt bad
heel.
for her though. At the same time,
Yes.
like I agree with all of that, but at the same time, she's just trying so hard to
Yeah.
find her place in the world
Right.
Yeah.
and to find like where she belongs. Like the opening sequence, you see that she's reading for the male part.
Yes.
So I mean, that's such a big difference from like the way TV's going nowadays to where it was in the 80s.
Right.
Like, the female didn't get
Any parts.
any parts at
Really.
all. So like I just. As much as I hate her for some of the moments that she
Yeah.
had, it almost made her more human to me.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think a really raw protagonist. You know,
yes.
somebody really real that humans. People were not perfect.
No.
Right.
People do messed up stuff all the time. It doesn't. That's not the sum of their personality.
Exactly.
You know, a couple of mistakes that doesn't make you. That's not who you are. It's just
Right.
it's a mistake. It's how you react to that mistake that really states what your character as a person is.
Well, then, if that's the case, you definitely saw the pain she was in.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and she's still in pain all the way up through.
all the way through
all the-
whatever. Yeah. I liked when they put her and Debbie together. They hate each other now. Mm-hmm. We have similarities with the farmer's daughter in Hollywood because we went to the same high school for real.
Which
True.
Sally?
Did you really?
Sally and I went to the
Okay.
same high school, and we knew the same people. So when they threw us in the ring together, you got jealousy and egos.
Wow.
Because I'm thinking, I can't lose to her because she knows all the people we went to high school with. I'm telling you, so those fights that we had, like how Mark was envisioning that the fantasy sequence
Yeah.
of
It was
how,
amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
that was my favorite part.
Yes.
When that fantasy part that he's thinking about these two that hate each other are going to get in the ring, that was the farmer's daughter and me, and we must have fought more than any of the other girls. I'd look at the thing, oh, farmer's daughter again? God damn it!
So did you actually know each other in high school then? Or just you just had a lot of
because she
mutual
was-
friends?
We knew a lot of mutual friends. Sally was 3 years younger.
Okay.
Once I knew that she went to my high school, that was it. I'm like, I can't lose.
Oh my God.
I
I
can't
don't care
lose
if
to
it's a
her.
work. I can't do it. I can't lose.
And you know what? And you do that when you're 20 years old. You
Oh,
act certain ways that I wouldn't do. Obviously today, I wouldn't do that. I'd just be mellow. But when you're 22 years old, you think you know everything and everybody, and it's
Now, when you were pitted with Vine, did you guys have to share a room?
oh my gosh, poor Vine and I. Sketches, eating together. We lived in the same place. We were tag team. And she hated me. And I shouldn't use the word hate, but we'd be doing sketches. You know, we had the hairspray and our hair was out to here. And we would be close like this. And her hair would be here in front of the camera. I go, your hair's in my way. She goes, your hair's in my way. And oh my God. I was like, okay. So we had to do these sketches and then portray Hollywood and Vine, and then she'd walk off this way, but you just can't put.
Wow.
You can't do 24/7.
Bet you didn't
Ever.
know that.
Poor thing.
No, like my childhood was. Wait, what?
You just ruined every memory she's ever had.
It happened towards the end. You just can't put people in the same. They need their space.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a little space.
But the original Glow, it wasn't like the non-Glow wrestling at the time where you had like baby heel dressing rooms, right? It was just
Do we have?
No, we had that.
Well, only on tour. On tour,
Yeah.
we had baby
Yeah.
Okay.
and heel,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
not backstage.
Yeah.
Right.
Backstage, we were all back there like. I've seen WWE do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. But we made sure not to we were during the kayfabe era.
Yes.
And we were definitely. I wonder if they're going to bring that up and use kayfabe. And I
Kayfabe.
wonder how much
80s.
wrestling is going to get really into
I think
this
so.
series.
Yeah.
They should have a character called
You just
Kayfabe.
gave them some like storylines for season 2.
Yeah. Hello.
Kayfabe.
Yeah.
I'm
I think that'd be
hoping.
cool.
I'm hoping because this right now, they don't really know about the outside wrestling world because they're actresses or aspiring actresses, and they're in their own little bubble. So I'm hoping, just as a fan, that because people always in wrestling, people always think the other side, the grass is greener on the other side. So I'm praying and hoping like maybe one of the characters have to venture out and go work the indie circuit or whatnot and see how tough it really is.
Oh, yeah, the independent
how
scene.
good that they had it, at the wherever, in the valley, and how good and great it was.
Yeah. They were kind of in a protective little bubble.
Yeah,
of just
nice
their
little
own
bubble.
love.
That's what we were in. We were in a bubble
Yeah.
for four. I was in one for 4 years.
So Betty Gilpin plays the heel. I guess you could call her a heel.
Liberty Bell.
But did you totally? Oh my God! What a scene when she came in, episode 2, and her heart was just ripped out of her chest. That was her good friend Ruth, and her husband, for God's sakes, and she had to deal with all this. I totally bought that. 100%, 100% believable.
Wait, when she came into the ring
When-
and they
yeah,
fought?
yeah.
Episode 1, yes.
Yeah.
That was the very end, yes.
Was that the end of 1?
Yeah. It was,
Okay.
Yeah, because then she comes. Yeah.
And they had the fantasy sequence, and
Yes.
then they counted out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
why.
I
Sam
mean,
Sylvia goes to get her in episode 2.
yeah. We had so many,
Over
when
and
you
over.
when you're filming, you get all the angles, so she has to do it multiple times, and I mean Betty hit it out of the park every single time, real tears, and I would see her prepare and get ready and get that rage going. And she'd walk in there, and the baby Charlie and Liam, they were twins.
Yeah, the twins.
The babies are so good in their head. It's just
I hope you realize that you got one of the biggest laughs of that episode at the premiere when you asked to hold the baby.
and
staring
the
at her,
little-
giving her a nasty look. Nasty girls. Sleeping with our best friend, man.
This show is one of the best shows in years I've seen for reaction shots. Every reaction shot is gold.
Yeah,
Sheila the
that's
She-Wolf reacting to anything, you reacting to anything. Mark Maron, all of his reactions, all of his pratfalls, like reaction shots, just dynamite every time.
Yes.
Just the cutest, like when she doesn't know what to say, and so she's like, "Can I hold your baby?" You know, you're doing this whole thing with your hand, and you looked adorable. Like you just look so innocent, but not that innocent, because as soon as you got that baby, you were like, bitch. You gave Ruth a dirty look. It was awesome.
Homewrecker. They called her homewrecker.
Yeah.
You call her. You say homewrecker to her.
She just stopped by to stomp the homewrecker.
Yeah, so I'm like, whoa. They just
I didn't notice until Little Egypt just pointed it out, but you do a lot of really like fun, like you do like when you did like the roll and stuff. You do a lot of like hand and finger stuff.
Well, they in the beginning when we talked about my character development, we were talking about maybe she's like more of a Jack A.
Oh,
character.
that's awesome! Yeah.
So actually, in the very first episode, like when we're all like passing our headshots to Sam, we all did it. And I do like this. I drop my purse and like bend down in front of him, and I start talking about, you know, how I love it, or we're gonna get dirty, how I love, you know. I mean, I got really nasty because I thought, well, okay, Jack A back in the day was kind of a little flirty, but we're in today where like things get raw. So I got like, okay, we're gonna bring it down a little bit, and just so you can have a place to go later. I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. No, not a problem.
I was just thinking when I saw, when I was like when Betty and like Allison are going out in that end, I was like, oh yeah, that would be me if like he was in there. I'd be like trying to run out, get out of the ring, get me out, he'd be like dragging me back in.
How has your transition from wrestling into your acting role like been? Because you've had like an amazing opportunity to go from like being such a superstar within the wrestling world to helping these girls and really busting out and having your breakout role with this show. Like, how has that been for you?
Surreal. Just, you know, right now I think it's all still very like, pinch me. Is it real? Can you really be this happy going to work?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you think work is like work. But no, it's so much fun. It's a dream come true. I'm thankful for everything, and I'm just hoping for more. I'm just hoping for more seasons and whatnot, because you know, I'd get a 4:30 Tamay. You know, her hair is always whipped, her fingernails and her makeup's always, her face is always beat. Like what? And so to do that, I'd always be like the first call, like 4:30 a.m. or whatever. And I'm not a morning person. Right. You know, half the reason why I got into wrestling because the shows are at night and I can sleep into whatever. I'm a child of the moon. But I went into work just so grateful and happy because how many people would step over my dead body to get this opportunity, you know?
Right, because you're working with like Genji, Liz, and Carly, and they're women. And this is about women empowerment. That was the one common thing when we were on the carpet, when Bill and I were on the carpet, is that every single person we talked to, it was just like, there was like a sense of, after doing it, it's like, there's like just empowerment.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm a wrestler now. I can do anything.
It's confidence. It's, you know, that's what I would think. It's confidence and being who. Here I am. I'm like, and I just went, ding. Sorry, just anyway.
Well, so when you were, you're like the only cast member that is going from wrestling into more acting. Did the girls kind of help you, coach you, kind of help run lines with you, or do anything to
definitely. Growing up, I was a child actor growing up. I grew up in the entertainment industry. My mom
That's why it looks so natural, because I'm watching you and I'm like,
it's too good.
Well,
holy! You can do all kinds of comedy and movies. You're just so natural at it. No, seriously, I watched you and I went, oh, she acts great.
Oh, thank you. Yes, but it's different. Like when I was a kid, I got mainly background roles. Like my brother would do, he would get principal roles and like do commercials, European commercials and whatnot, and I'd be in the background of those European commercials going, yay, such and such biscuit. So, being a principal actor is very different from being a background actor, and so the girls definitely gave me pointers on, you know, it's performance is one thing. I've always been able to perform, but when you're filming and you have to hit your mark, and there's more to it than just giving a performance. There's more technical things behind
Thinking.
the scene. And yes. And
Where do I go? Is it
where do I
should hit my
go?
mark
And where
here,
do I hit
left,
my mark
right?
here?
And
what
then
do
your
I
lines
say?
on top of it.
Thank you. Where am I looking at? On this side of the camera or that side of the camera, at the person, whatnot. So those technical things, the girls really came together and
That's
helped me
awesome.
with, and then all the terminology. You know, I helped them with wrestling terminology, and they would help me with the industry terminology. And that's been updated from back when I was, because when I was a kid, it was extra work, but now they call it background work.
artists.
You know? Yeah,
Yes.
background artists. So
Background artists.
things
It was
have
extra
changed.
work.
Things are different now. So that's great. And my mom, you know, she actually did a movie with Americana.
Cindy Ferda.
Yes. Called Provoked. She played like this.
Your mother?
Yeah, my mother. Oh my God. Yeah,
Whole family of actors.
She starred in a movie with Americana back in the day called Provoked, and she was this
Unbelievable.
thief, this robber, basically like
Bad
terrorist.
guy.
Yeah, that like in Americana. Cindy stops her. Yeah.
You guys, when we were watching the first episode, and this always happened with us, when I would say, "What do you do for a living?" I do wrestling. I'm and I always have to like Hulk Hogan, and you all did the same thing.
Yes.
You mean like Hulk Hogan?
Yes. Because how many times have we heard that?
That's
I
right.
hear it
And
all,
that
like Hulk Hogan or like WWE.
he is the icon, and Brooke was in that as well, right?
Yes, yes, she
Makes an
was.
appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. How about when Sam? This is in episode 1 where he talks to the girls that are showing up. You had said this in the documentary, and when I read articles that are written about Glow, and I hear like Genji talking and Liz and the other writers, they all say that they were inspired by the Glow documentary, which is on Netflix. It's a cheap plug. Hello, go watch it.
Yep.
The Glow documentary.
2012.
2012, yes, San Diego Comic-Con award-winning. Hello, it was good. But why I'm saying that is because you had mentioned in the documentary when you went out for your casting call, and then they said this is a wrestling show.
Yes.
What was that like?
Oh my gosh! When I had the interview, you're going to a sports audition. Well, what kind of sports? I don't know. Just go. Okay. I went and I sat down there with 500 girls, all looks and sizes, shapes, headshots, everything. I've never done this before. And David McLean comes out and said, "This is about wrestling." My heart went, oh my God, I don't know anything about wrestling. But half those girls walked up and left, just like how y'all had it.
That was cool.
And I went, oh my God, that's exactly how it was. And that made me more nervous because they're like, fuck this, I ain't gonna do this. I'm out of here. And I'm like, I'm going to stay. I keep hitting this. I'm going to stay and see what transpires. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Allison, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just,
Yeah.
because she asked like, are we the wrestlers? Are we the actresses? Or
Yeah,
that was
playing
very funny.
wrestlers. Yeah. And then
it was
when
very
Sam
funny.
when he first says this is Glow, gorgeous ladies
Yes.
of wrestling, that just I could have cried.
Yeah.
Because
it feels good.
They could have called it anything else. They could have called it Flow. They could have called it, Dream
Gorgeous
Girls.
women of wrestling.
Yeah, they could have
Yeah.
called it anything, but they went out of their way to secure the name so that they can use it. And I don't
I'm
know
glad
what
they
type
did.
of work went into that, but just the name when he said that just
Did it feel good? It just
it
made
just
you
took
feel
my breath
good.
away. It was like, oh my God.
It's like our
that
baby.
was- yeah.
It's
it
hard
was-
to say and how it feels, but to me, when he said, it's like someone is saying that word
Yeah,
other than
than
you or
us.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I can't,
Somebody
Yeah.
else on TV
Yeah.
is saying
It was-
that.
it was
Mom,
surreal.
look. And
Yeah.
Mom, like,
Yeah.
I've watched the first episode. I like it.
I can't even imagine how it must have impacted the three of you, but the first time that I was able to see the first episode was at the premiere, and on that big screen, seeing the big neon glow come up.
Unbelievable.
And
Yeah.
Pat Benatar, and
Right.
having grown up watching Glow, like I got pretty emotional seeing that work be transferred to the big screen. So I can only imagine, like, what was the feeling like the first time you were able to see the finished product of this thing that paid tribute to what you've all loved for so long?
It was awe-inspiring. Like to see just everything, how the Foley artists put this in, and then the soundtrack, and how the editing was, and then the beginning, the intro sequence.
Yeah, with the Warrior, the song Warrior.
Yeah,
I love that
by-
song.
Was it Patti Smythe?
That was
Smith?
a good
Scandal.
song.
I think
Yeah,
the group is Scandal.
it was
Yeah.
just like,
I couldn't get that song out of my head.
Yes, it came on the radio yesterday. I like got on What's Line thing with all the cast. I'm like, guess what I'm listening to right now? Bang bang.
Yes,
Yeah, without a doubt, it was such a beautiful representation. Now, I don't want to be the one to break any like news stories here, but I heard that this was not historically accurate. I'm just throwing that this is not historically accurate. That these aren't, not everybody that is in this show is doing and living and breathing every single step we took. That there are some creative licensing here going on with the writing, and that is okay. But there are some fans out there that are not understanding that this is purely entertainment.
It's Hollywood.
And,
It's Hollywood, you guys.
I mean,
And not Hollywood.
no pun intended there.
Right.
But people need to maybe disconnect a minute.
Yeah.
Disconnect.
Right.
Open your mind. And this is Hollywood. It's beautiful to me, but it's so exciting. But you have to open your minds and understand that this is a
interpretation, really.
yeah.
of
It's
what it
very
was.
loosely based, but not your character can be different from your character, and then mine. It's not the same as all the characters around.
Yeah.
Everyone is different.
Yeah.
So there's different things going on, and I say bring it
Yeah.
on, and show us
Yeah.
more, give us more.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be exactly. We don't want that.
Yeah, we're
I
not
wanna see
making
what
a
y'all are gonna
documentary
create.
or a docu-series. We're
Yes.
making like an actual
movie.
dramedy
Yes.
series, and Glow itself is the
It's-
backdrop. It's just we inserted ourselves
Right.
into this world that had happened, but the storyline is completely different
Right.
than what.
So maybe
actually took
disconnect if you're
place.
not understanding it.
Yes.
Disconnect and put yourself over here.
I
and-
do have to say, given that my full-time job is to be exposed to people being angry about wrestling all the time,
Sure.
this show, no one is upset. Like, the people who are upset about it not being, like, completely 100% the original Glow is a drop in the bucket compared to what wrestling fans
Good.
usually
Yeah.
get up in arms about. And I think that's a testament to how good the show is. Not just for casual fans, because it's got 100% or whatever on Rotten Tomatoes, but also to people who are actually wrestling fans, that they also love the show as much as the critics do. So that says it all. I
And
think.
what it's bringing to the younger generation, because if you're 30 years and younger, now you see this Glow Netflix. Well, what is that? And now it's bringing them to go to YouTube and see what we did.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Thank you so much for doing that, because like I said, we wouldn't be here with doing this without Genji and the writers writing that, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
Glow is definitely, for me anyway, like an American treasure. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
just a pop culture treasure.
I like that.
And
that.
we may not be doing a biography, a biopic, but we are definitely paying homage to.
Oh, without
Yes.
a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. You definitely feel that. 100%.
Yeah.
And you know what, I love that in the tweets and some of the other like messaging I'm getting from some of the other cast members is that they're using words like, we wanted to do you proud. We're so happy you like it. It really is something that they're taking to heart, and it just makes me want to like hug every single
Embrace.
one of them and just
Yeah.
say, you're doing us a solid by creating this awareness about the work that we did. And Betty said it in an interview where she said, go down that Glow rabbit hole. Go down that rabbit hole, and as people do, you will get so entertained by these matches that we were doing over 30 years ago that after I watched the series, and I never watch my matches, but I was like, I need a match. Let's go get a Glow match in me.
We never got to watch our
Yeah.
matches, so we had no idea. Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't know what anything looked like or how it was going to come out, what we
Yeah.
portrayed, until I saw it later on VHS. I put the VHS in on Saturday morning
Yeah.
and tape
Yeah.
it, but I didn't know what I looked like on TV. We didn't get to see dailies,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
So,
That's crazy.
So, my God, the first 2 seasons had me hooked.
Episodes.
Did
The first two
First
episodes,
2
yeah.
episodes, I apologize. First 2 episodes had me hooked, and I actually just watched all 10 straight through.
I have
Who else?
7.
Did anybody?
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah,
watch all
I
10?
I
finished.
didn't have
finished.
time.
Yeah.
I have 7 under my belt, so
Yeah.
I tried my best to watch them all straight, but I didn't. I ran out of time.
Yeah.
I'm with all the viewers. I literally have only watched 1 and 2 because I'm
And-
trying to keep with the integrity of like the way that we're going within the AfterBuzz segments of one at
Glad
a time.
someone is.
I tried to because I'm like I don't want to spoil it for myself.
So
'cause
what
then I'd
was it?
spoil for
What was
everybody
it
else.
like ending at episode number 2? It
was
are
really
you
hard.
excited about number 3?
Yes, because I mean, I'm listening to all of you guys, and
Yeah.
like I didn't grow up with Glow personally, and so
How dare you.
I know, I'm sorry.
God.
30 and under girl.
Yeah, youngin'.
I wasn't introduced to Glow until right around the audition time of Glow. So I heard about it through the circuit of like during pilot season and stuff. So I got the videos for an audition to watch like the opening rap,
Oh, wow.
which was like
Cool.
amazing. So when they came out with Glow and they started doing all the trailers, I was so excited to see like what transpired from everything,
Yeah.
you know? And so I'm left on a cliffhanger of doing episode 2 because all this stuff about actually watching you guys compete, the only thing I've seen as of now is the blip that he had out of his head of like what it's going to look like.
Right, that
So-
fantasy sequence. which
Exactly.
was
So
beautiful.
I'm excited to see what comes. Don't spoil anything for me, please, guys.
We
Don't
did
spoil
it.
anything.
We did really good.
I think it was hard
Yeah,
not
you've
to.
done great. Yeah.
Especially
I don't know
sitting next
anything,
to Kia, who's like in the series.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
free
All
all
of
all
it.
10 episodes down,
Yeah.
so.
We may
Yeah.
have said some stuff that you will identify later,
Yes,
but I don't think
exactly.
we've spoiled any plot lines.
No, not at all. So
Our
I'm
friends
excited,
came
though.
to watch it, and they texted me this morning on the plane. We've watched all of them, and we can't wait for a season 2. So,
Yeah.
hey, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that
Yes.
happens for y'all. That would be
Fingers
great.
crossed.
And Pia,
Yeah.
should fans go ahead and text all of the showrunners and everyone and tell them to cast Jack Hay as your mom for season 10?
Oh my god.
That would be awesome.
Wow.
I didn't even think about that, right?
Well, it's time to start thinking about it. Because
Yeah.
the show's officially a hit, so you can make demands.
Is it official? Are we
Yeah.
official?
Oh, it's officially a
We're
hit.
official now.
Hey man, so that means that
Nice.
Jack Hay has to give you 10% if she goes on the show.
That's fine.
That's where they're at,
I'll
friends.
settle for just a picture with Jack Hay.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would watch so many episodes of 227.
Yeah, I know.
And what about you, Rick? What was your take on the first 2 episodes?
I mean, I had high expectations. I saw anytime I could open up a magazine, website, you know, and it just seemed like everything said like 5 stars. I wouldn't even try to read it because I'm just like, no, I just would go past it. And also like being on the carpet, I wanted to be fresh, talking to everybody.
That's good.
But it held expectations for me all the way around. I mean, I had high expectations, and I was like, yes. So it was hard for me to stop at episode 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Like so many of us.
Yes. Do you want to watch another one? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I have to go to the bathroom. 1 sec. I'll put it on pause. That was us.
Okay, so I am so excited to like come back next week and talk about season 3 and 4. And
Who you having on?
Next week we're going to have Brittany Young,
Yeah, I like
who
her.
was Machu Picchu.
Yeah, that
And-
was so cute. You'll be that, and that was
Yeah.
that season. Oh, it was 3. Never mind.
We don't have character
Yeah,
names
yeah.
yet on my
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then we're
She's
going
Carmen.
That is a scene I'm excited to talk
Yeah,
about.
3 was.
Yeah.
Oh, the party.
Yeah.
Hollywood party.
Yeah, that was so fun. And then we're going to be flanked by another original Glow Girl, this one known
coming?
as Babe Ursula.
Oh, good. She's going to be here.
Yeah,
Good.
she's going to be here.
Great.
She was the only Glow Girl on set during the filming
Right.
of this.
Yep.
She was the
Oh,
trademark
nice.
holder. Still
Yes.
the trademark holder.
Yes.
So hope to get some insight. Did you ever see Babe?
No,
Floating in and out?
no. I think
Ursula?
from across the
Ursula.
parking lot.
Yeah.
She during lunch she was there, but we never got to connect. When Brittany comes, please ask her about her T-shirts in the show.
Why? Tell us about that.
Well, like she should tell you.
We'll ask her. Yeah, we'll ask her. We'll ask her. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming today. Oh my God, I really was so excited about this little family reunion that we're having here in
plug
front of
some?
everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, please plug away.
Brooke, Hulk's daughter, is doing an all-women's league run by women. Rowdy's daughter.
yeah.
Let's see, it's Diane
Lacey
Dallas Page.
and Lacey
Von
Von Erich.
Erich, Eddie Guerrero's daughter.
Wow, nice.
And some of the Glow Girls might be involved with that.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a legacy thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard whispers.
So
Yeah, yeah,
you
we
never
all are.
know. So
we
we're
were
excited
actually
for
able
her.
to get a interview with Brooke on the red carpet.
That'd be wonderful.
Really?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did, and you
Great.
can go to withspandex.com and check that out. What she had to say about her new promotion and what's coming.
That's awesome.
Great.
Nice.
Well, I want to thank you everyone for joining us today on the AfterBuzz Network while we break down the Glow season. And I have to tell you, it is going to be fun the next 5 weeks. What we have
I'm
coming up here,
excited for you.
super excited.
Yeah.
And Kia, oh my God, are we lucky?
Thank you.
Are we
Yeah.
lucky?
Thank
This
you.
is incredible. Oh yeah, so happy to be
Great
here.
acting, great acting.
Okay, so real quick, let's run around the room and make sure people know where to find us. My name's Little Egypt. You can find me on Twitter at Little Egypt, Facebook, the official page of Little Egypt. If you're interested in any of old school photos, catalog photos, go to Facebook. That's where the albums are, and it's just easier for you to look at them than it is for me to send them to you. And with that, Kia, where can people find you?
Kia Stevens, Awesome Kong, Karma, Amazing Kong, Margaret. You can find me on Twitter, Mean Queen K, and Instagram, Spitting Fist, and of course, Facebook at the Kia Stevens Project, and t-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Very sweet.
I'm Bill Hanstock. You can find me on all social media at Sundown Motel, and you can check out uprocks.com, uprocks.com/pro-wrestling, and withspandex.com. And I'm very upset that I didn't get an hour to talk to Kia about Aja Kong.
Aww.
And hey guys, my name is Candace Cruz, and you can find me on all my social media at Candace R. Cruz.
And I'm Rick Hong. You can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RICKHONG.
Wow. I'm Hollywood. You can find me on Twitter at Glow Hollywood, and there's Instagram, official Hollywood Glow Hollywood. And if you can't remember any of it, you could just Google it.
That's right. Thank you. And
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Okay, I guess we'll buzz you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buzz you
Rest of you
later.
later. Yeah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.